It's good to be back in this game that I never actually quit. That was so much fun. I think a good 90 to 95% of you guys got the joke within the first minute or so, which is what I wanted, and all you guys had really cool comments and stuff, so I appreciated that. If you did think I was serious, I apologize, I was not. No quitting going on here. So, we're back with the Layton Moose grind. I've been doing this quite a bit, and I feel like I'm getting a really good hang of like how the moose work on Layton, so we're getting somewhere, and we'll see where that leads us today. Should I stay with the Cabela's game? I thought about streaming it today, but that's taking the joke too far, I think. Danny, thank you for the 32 months. Welcome back. Appreciate that. Sup, Thunder. Please don't ever do that again. Well, I obviously can't do that one again, so I don't know what future April Fool's jokes may hold, but it won't be that. I knew that it wasn't legit. Good. The impression I got was like a lot of people thought I was serious until the big game hunter thing came up, which was why I picked a game that was 25 years old, because I thought most people would be able to pick up on like, yeah, that probably doesn't make any sense. to think that was like the most realistic game ever, which it was cool. I actually enjoy playing it. We may do a video on it again, but not in a fool's fashion. What's up, pizza? Don't watch you all the time, but glad you're back. Why, thank you. I didn't actually leave, but I appreciate it nonetheless. Do we only have one cow moose here? I like how I introduced this as, yeah, I know what the moose do now. No such luck. Usually what I'll do is like, I'll just start these runs at 1400. I thought maybe if I started at like 1330 and then just let the time go before the stream moves would be into their zones. That doesn't seem to matter. They're just late. Should have used away the hunter in Classic? I think that would have been not obvious enough. Which, I didn't want it to be, I didn't want to get too serious with the joke thing. Is April Fool's an international thing? I'm gonna guess by the amount of comments that I got that it's at least known about internationally. Because, like I said, almost everybody understood it. He's back! Holy! Come back here. The biggest thing, like, on this grind, what I'm kind of learning with Moose, and of course we missed the heart shot there, is taking time to get heart shots saves way more time in the end. Like, I have this tendency to go for 300-meter shots on grinds because it can save you from spooking other animals, but I've been trying to break that, just run close enough to alert them, run close enough to get a consistent heart shot. That's made a big difference. Way the hunter's still better. I mean, it's more realistic. If it wasn't for the comments, I would have unsubscribed. That's why I didn't want it to be too, yeah, that's why I wanted to make sure that it was fairly obvious, because I thought there would be some that were like, well, I only watched Call of the Wild, bye. What's going on, Kyla? Hey, Frozen here, what's going on, man? How you doing? A little late, no worries. We are just in the process of trying to track down our first moose. If we can keep up with the pace that I normally can get in an hour, we should get in the area of like 40 to 50 kills today, which isn't that bad. That's not much slower than the whitetail grind, and the difference is, grinding is kind of understood better now than it was when we did the whitetail grind on Layton, but at the same time, moose are way tankier and require a lot of times more tracking and stuff like that. Speaking of tracking, where did he go? They always run this. Oh, he's right there. Never mind. What's up, Josh? What's the best gun for moose? The 300. If you have the Yukon Valley map DLC, you can get a hold of the 300. If you don't have that DLC, hey, I'd recommend getting it, but you can get the Hunter Power Pack. It's got the 338 bolt. They're close, but the 300 is better. If for no other reason, it's got a faster fire rate, which is a big deal. What's up, Kian? I got your name right, I think. Pretty sure. Went to Gibraltar yesterday and no one said I can't hunt, so now I have a diamond monkey. Oh dear. What's up, Wormy? Started playing 2 months ago, restarted because of early mistakes, decided to follow you, and here I am, learning from the best. Well, I appreciate that. Hopefully it's going well on your restart. I have thought about, I mean, I'm way too far in now, like, that's a big thing for me. When I get to a certain amount of time put into something, I don't like the idea of restarting, but I think back to all the diamonds that I screwed up. I mean, there's definitely a diamond moose on video. I was hunting with DD33 in multiplayer on his server, I think, and neither of us had a clue what we were doing. I screwed up a low diamond moose. I screwed up at least 2 more before I understood diamonds well. Messed up at least 1 diamond elk, if not 2. And I think I either messed up or passed on the chance to shoot the Mr. Black diamond bear from the mission. So, plenty of things that I would have liked to have done differently. Do you have any tips for me? The biggest thing I would say, if you're just trying to like learn the game itself, hunt around water. We are doing what's kind of known as grinding here in the community, which effectively, wow, big males here. Anyway, effectively it is trying to shoot as many moose as we can in a short period of time. Why that's going to be relevant for giving you tips for the game is you'll notice we're just going around from lake to lake and locating them in their drink zones. That's the easiest way to locate animals. Shot my first diamond moose today. Congrats, man. Hopefully we can follow up and get a little diamond here as well. How's your day been? Been good. I recorded actually a video on Layton Lakes for the Layton Trophy Cabin series. That was interesting to say the least. Lots of crashing and stuff. Multiplayer needs a little bit of TLC. What is your regular loadout? The addition of the new weapons has kind of maybe changed it a bit, but it's more or less 300. You could go with the 7mm, maybe the 7mm bolt in the second slot. I've carried like the 308, the M1, all kinds of stuff there, but we'll go with the 7mm since it's new, 243 handgun, and the 22 Virant. You could also potentially carry a shotgun and just ditch the 300. Depends on the map you're on and if you might need a thing like that. Gotta be careful about hunting pressure. That's been the one thing. Let's try going back here and see if any are in their zones. What's up, Dominique? Dino Dog's in here as well. How you guys doing? When you going fishing? I hope we get to go this evening. I wonder what a new Cabela's game would look like now. They've stopped doing them, right? Wasn't Pro Hunts like one of their last ones? I don't know how much they had anything to do with other than like almost putting their name on probably... Was it Avalanche Studios? Did they work with Cabela's? I think so. I'm sure like having their name on it would sell more stuff, so that may be more the case that whoever used to develop them stopped. I need like a new solution for this. Maybe, do I have another tent? I don't have tents on me. I'm wondering about putting a tent down here because it takes so long to run off this bridge, but the bridge is just the best spot to shoot them from. Mises. It's been a little more enjoyable, I will say, as we've started to, you know, grasp Layton better. I hate having 2 different accounts I keep forgetting to switch. So you have the same profile picture, right? Because I saw it earlier and I was like, that's pizza, but that's not what it says, so I don't know what's going on. It's drugs. Pro Hunts is really fun. I watched DD's playthrough of it, what did he do that, 5 years ago or so? And a lot of people were asking me to do it, but I didn't want to like step on his toes. I didn't want to, you know, invade on his series or anything, so I just sort of let it go. I own it. I may do it one of these days. But I'll run this by you guys and see what you think. So I'm thinking of doing some throwback style videos, but instead of an entire playthrough over the course of, you know, 2 months or something in 15-minute videos, what I want to do is maybe play through the entire game and make like a 30 to 45 minute single video on the entirety of the game. Like, hit the most interesting stuff, live commentary, some voiceover. I think that might be better, because what I found with any of the old hunting games we play, there's always a lot of hype for them at the beginning, and by the end people are like, okay, I've seen this, that's enough. So I wonder if doing like a full playthrough in one video and make it, you know, cut out the lull and stuff, if that might be better. Live stream it? So we could do that. We could live stream it and then make it into a video. I don't know if my current PC is enough to be able to do that effectively, but could maybe work. What's up, the Hunter's Boy? How many diamond moose have you killed? On Layton 1. What's ridiculous is I have shot 5 over 273. 3 level 5s and 2 level 4s. The only diamond we have is a level 4. It's been interesting. I haven't seen many people do playthroughs for Pro Hunts. I guess read their second after that, so I'd love to see you play it. That one I think is kind of new enough that I maybe could do a full playthrough. Let me see something here. While we're running it, this is a weird spot. I'll explain. Well, actually, this is the spot where that moose tried to run through our tent. But while we're running, I'll look up DD's series of that. How old is that? Yeah, 5 years ago. I think it would be reasonable to maybe go and do it. You're bad? Yes. Sounded like a solid content plan for old games. I think it could work. I think it would be a lot of fun to put them together that way too. What are you hunting today? We are after moose, specifically trying to get the Great One moose. Any 5-stars lately? No, I didn't play Way of the Hunter much last week because normally Way of the Hunter is my weekend content. It kind of works better for me because, you know, during the week, if I get, you know, a half hour to jump on, shoot some stuff, manage chores, pass some time, by the end of the week, normally I have some potentially good stuff on the map. I knew that the April Fool's video was coming Saturday and the montage was coming Sunday, so I haven't hardly messed with it. I love your videos like the last 2 years. Well, thank you. I appreciate that. No me's here. This is that thing, like, they get into their zones so late, they could well end up here, you know, before we're done. This spot needs altered, but we'll take a look. Have you ever played Rocky Mountain Trophy Hunter? Yes, and I think... So, I gotta give Psycho Beagle a huge shout out for that April Fool's video. So, I had this idea, like, probably in December, a long time ago, where it just hit me like, you know, it'd be really fun to pretend like this 25-year-old game has just, you know, captured my full attention and that's gonna be my April Fool's thing. So I bought the game, it was like $3 on eBay, and then I just couldn't get the run. Like, it is too old. So, Psycho Beagle helped me set up like a virtual machine, do the whole thing. It took me like 10 hours to make the video in total, most of it getting all the settings and stuff right. So, because I now have that, I should be able to play things like Rocky Mountain Trophy Hunter 3 a little more like smoothly. Because I have it, and I tried to do either a video of it or a playthrough of it, whatever, I don't know what my goal had been at the time. And it wasn't even feasible. It would crash every time I shot, it would crash just walking around. I maybe killed one animal in the entire time I tested it. What's going on, Mason? Doing good, man, how about you? I know there's a bullet in here because I tried to shoot him, just his head was peeking up last time I went here, and I hit him in the noggin but didn't drop him, so he's still gotta be here. Have you ever played Deer Hunter's Revenge? Is that the one where you hunt the rednecks or whatever they call it? They might have called them Hicks in that. Whatever it was, and then you mount their heads in toilet seats? Because if so, then yes. Got a diamond black grouse? Nice. I'd like to get another one of them. Reventuli's been like... That whole we're missing 3 diamonds on that map is bugging me. Because we can only imagine that we're getting closer and closer to a summer map. Normally end of June is the, you know, early year map release for Call of the Wild, and we're getting close to that. I want to get back there and get some of those things, and there's a chance we can stumble into more Black Grouse trophies. Deer Avenger 4, I did not play that. I don't like Beagle anymore, he doesn't like beans on toast, how dare he. Can you go to Reventuli Coast to get them? That's what we did last week on stream, so we'll stick with Layton in the Moose grind today. Sometime in the next month, what I would really like to happen is just we get the Great One Moose out of the way, so that's done, and we can just focus on, you know, trying to get those Reventuli diamonds. But if we don't have the Great One Moose by, like, start of May, we're just gonna have to hit Reventuli, because Great One grinds are, you know, you're after one thing, and theoretically, not a guarantee, but theoretically, if you put in enough time, you're gonna get it eventually. With Reventuli having like 3 things to get, and some of them are waterfowl and stuff, and then add another map potentially full of diamonds we don't have on top of that, that gets us pretty far behind the 8 ball. Stop playing nice music in the background, play some AC/DC or something. They might copyright strike me if I do that. What is your favorite rare you have? I'm really fond of my Piebald Diamond Gray Fox. They look really cool. It seems like, you know, they're genuinely rare. And, you know, getting a super rare predator has kind of been a dream, so being that it happened that way on a map that I really don't care for it. Like, they're on New England now and a little easier to hunt, I think, than on Mississippi. We got it on Mississippi, I don't know, a month after release, something like that. It was pretty neat. What's up, Patcha? Ever tried Big Game Hunter on the Wii? Nothing like the memories of getting killed by a mountain lion. I had Big Game Hunter 2012? 2010. The one where the bear's fur texture looked like they had feathers. That's the one I had. Let's race to get the Great One Moose on Layton, and maybe it'll show up sooner rather than later. A friendly competition? We can do that. I know you'll beat me, and then I'll be even sadder, because then you'll have to. When do you expect EW to release info about the new map? Why are these moose pathetic today? Anyway, if we base on previous trends, I would guess late May. Normally, like, it's June 20-something when their new maps drop. And a lot of times we get like 3-4 weeks of build-up and streams and all that stuff. What's going on, Timothy? It says under your description, it says you're playing the Hunter, not Call of the Wild. It should say Call of the Wild. That's weird. The biggest male I've ever seen. Okay. So we went there already. I want to check these lakes, but I'd like to do them. That is 1,500. What the heck, we'll go there now. This one has seemed to stop producing, so we may have to take this tent down again. Just started having an issue on Call of the Wild where track outlines and animal call icons are not showing up. I can tell you exactly what it is. It's a really annoying thing, but I know exactly what you have going on. So, this is with this most recent update. In the key bindings, you will find at the very bottom of this a new button to hide all animal clues. It was initially mapped as C, which I'm assuming is your crouch button or something like that. If you just remap it to like right bracket that you're never gonna hit, you're good. That's what it is. It is inconceivable to me that they would choose C as the button for that, but that's what the default is. What's up, Graham? How's it going, man? How was your workout?
It was too warm.
Too warm.
Too toasty out there. Here's a Doge.
Oh, thanks for the Doge delivery. Finally bought a Marlin 336. Nice. Tis a classic. Shadow, don't climb on the keyboard. What's up, JC? That feature's so annoying till you remap it. Yeah, like, I'm assuming it's for screenshots. That's the only reason I can imagine they would add something like that. Were those fish? But, like, it just... Why C of all buttons? Doing any fishing or just hunting? In real life or, like, today specifically? Angler and hunter vibes? I'm not exactly sure what you're asking. If you mean in real life, we're gonna fish tonight, though. I love your vids, they help me a lot. Well, thank you. I'm glad they're helpful. Let Shadow play? C for clean? Maybe. Have you ever played a horror game? Maybe not like... Ooh. That guy's got a chance. Maybe not one that would technically fall into the horror genre, but like... I've played some scary games and stuff. We're gonna get down... actually... Yeah. I don't want to get too much hunting pressure here, but we're gonna try to get into position for hard shot on that guy. Golden Boy, thank you for becoming a Shoosty. I certainly appreciate that. If you're not already in the Discord, be sure to join that. Link up your YouTube, get the member role, take advantage of all of that good stuff, and enjoy the green name and emojis here in chat. Played a horror game? Yeah, life. Oh dear. Okay, we got a small guy. This spot's tough to grind. Honestly, from the tripod's normally okay, but since this guy's kind of big, I figure we'll get down here, and that one's, I think that's a max estimate 4 as well. It is indeed. Okay. Angle's weird. We may well miss the heart, but at least we're close enough to maybe get that other 4 as well. That'll do. Oh, I think we got that. Nice, double heart shot. Now, we don't want to do more, even though there's some other bulls taken off, because I think we already deleted the zone, which is kind of a bummer, but is what it is. I'm 99% sure that's what they call it on TikTok when you clear away all their icons, clean mode. What are the odds that it could be that? Like basing off that. Seen ya on Farming Sim 22 on Steam? What's your go-to map? I've just been playing Elm Creek. I have less than 50 hours in the game at the moment, so I haven't like gotten bored of the base game maps. That I assume will happen, and we'll see where we go from there, but I've got a dedicated server. Cross-platform, all the fun stuff. If you guys ever want to join that, feel free. When you go werewolf hunting, that's horror. It scares me. I quite enjoy the werewolves, actually. The murder bunnies, as we called them, were far scarier than any of the big stuff this past year, which was a good thing. Like, They were the one thing that was genuinely like, I might die every time you hear it. 262, not bad. Take a 260 bull moose any day. The way Layton's been, like, we just don't get big moose, so we will take that. Which rifle's your favorite? For the moose grind, at least the 300. And I really like, I want to say it's from the Hirschfelden cosmetics pack. This Beechwood just looks so nice on the 300. I'm a huge fan of that combo, so that's made it even better for me. Is your server modded? No mods. We may eventually add some, but for simplicity's sake, and, you know, cross-platform, all that stuff, I figured we'd avoid it. Hearing that high-pitched ree from the Demon Bunnies was terrifying at first. I don't remember, I think I had him in that initial video, where I was just like, what is that? That's one of my favorite moments of the whole thing, like, not knowing what it was. Is killing a 1-star adult bad in Way the Hunter? Odds of it being a bad decision. For the most part, it's safe to take 1-star adults. There's certain species and certain scenarios where I wouldn't. The thing that happens is, all young animals are going to be 1-star. I don't think any species can be a 2-star young. So, when, like, the first, say, year that they reach adult, there's a good chance that's still going to be a 1-star, regardless of what its potential may be. Beyond that, though, normally it's safe to take. I wish, do I have the color? Imagine that. What is your best lion? I don't know. I've never had a max score. I had some 49.8s maybe? I think I might have killed a max weight one that was not max score. There's a big male. I find that too. Like sometimes, if you just hang around, they do just walk out of the trees and into their zones. There he is. I think the other one's far enough away he's not even going to hear this. So we'll just do that. That's a bull. Give them a minute to calm down. I'm hoping you create a Hunter Classic Beginner's Guide. Herd management in Call of the Wild has bummed me out. I do get you, and I'm intending to do a Classic Beginner's Guide. I don't know. This coming week now is going to be the April Fool's Turkey thing, so maybe starting next week I can do that. I think that's going to be a 2 or 3 video series, and they may not be all back to back, but there's a lot of like detail and stuff. It just depends. When I get into it, maybe it'll flow nicely and just be one singular video. But it's just, like, the game is 15 years old. There's so many things to potentially talk about. The moose floating in the water kills me. It's a good way to deal with animals running under the water, or like potentially dying in the water, but it does look pretty funny. Where are you at? I mean, it's good. There's moose all over the place. So the one thing is, moose will generally turn and face you when they hear a shot before they flee. The thing is, if they're facing exactly away from you, they don't do that. Why? I don't know. What's up, Bree? Congrats on that piebald elk, by the way. I don't know if I got to tell you that or not, but that was pretty cool. The Way the Hunter car radio's busting. I haven't messed with that yet. Oh, spooked level 2. Well then. And this dude just doesn't know anything's happening. Have you tried killing a lion with a 22? Probably back in the day, I'd imagine I attempted it. From what I understand with the truncated ammo now, you could probably do it in one shot. Think I saw the reply in Discord? Okay, good. Okay, so we've been to all these lakes. Let me take a peek. Did we shoot one here? We did. That was the one we messed up. The heart shot. Been there. Been up there. Can check here again? This is the thing. It's a lot of doubling back. It's far from that. Gotta go soon. Got baseball practice. No worries, man. I didn't know you streamed on YouTube, not Twitch. I stream on both. 1 day a week on YouTube, just the Monday 3 p.m. streams, as we're doing right now. And then 3 days over on Twitch, at least currently. The Sunday Farming Sim streams, those are 11 a.m. Wednesday evening / night classic streams, those are 7:30 p.m. And the Friday, which is normally Way the Hunter or Call of the Wild, at 1 p.m. No meats. Oh, I forgot about this spot. I killed 2 moose here, placed a tent, and haven't seen them since, so that's good.
Skill issues.
I don't understand why that works. Has anybody ever tried that before, like a recent stream? I wonder if it's just worked the entire time and somebody finally figured it out. Nomis. May have not been worth the tent. We can switch. Let's do that. I've got a loadout for tents and tripods where I can pick up tents and move them around and still have the 300. I do, and I had it too. I'm so used to run with the tents and tripods. What we should have done back there with the level 4 and the level 2 was just shoot the 22. That would have alerted them and gotten done what we wanted without spooking it, but tis what it is. Killed one there. I guess we can check this little spot. This has been a place they've suddenly started showing up. Do you like hunting mule deer in real life? I never have, but I would like to. I think someone just figured it out. I mean, it appears to still work. How many great ones do you have? Just the 2. One whitetail, one red. Was that you?
Yeah.
Why?
I didn't realize I had 8K points.
That's because Acid refunded everybody's for 6 months or something.
Perfect.
Is there a tent max limit? There's 16, yes. You cannot place more than 16 tents on a map. Used to be 8, I believe. Holy, that was loud. Yeah, it was. My headset's turned up louder too for YouTube streams because, well, I don't have music and stuff in my ears, so it's just game audio, and therefore I can turn it up more. That's a T-Rex. It is. Are you hunting T-Rexes now? The odds of me getting a great one and the odds of me killing a T-Rex are equal, so maybe. Always fun watching your streams, especially when I'm sick. Greetings from Germany, by the way. What's going on, man? Welcome on in. I appreciate that, by the way. And hopefully you're not sick currently. That would be no good. Not too bad. So what's going to be the easiest way? We can cross there. We got to go up there anyway. Ah, that's bad news. Gonna float all the way back. So what we'll do instead is keep on pressing on, go check the other end, fast travel back to the tent, and the moose should be in his spot then. Got a bull there, so we got to go back to the tent anyway. Ah, try to lead that and drop it right into the heart. Think he slowed down, or maybe I'm just bad. He'll die, it'll just take a while. Have you played the Hunter Primal? I did a full series on Primal. In that series, we were able to kill every common, uncommon, and rare, including the Primal Queen solo, which was quite fun. I had a really good time with that. Gonna go get me one of them turkeys? That sounds like a good idea. Trash. You're right. I accept it. That's why you don't have a 5-star caribou? You're right. What, are you on 9 now? Share the love, man. We need carnivore streams on this channel? I think Kyla should do them.
They don't want me, they want you.
To play carnivores? I'm driving and listening to the stream and the T-Rex just scared the crap out of me. If you listen to... I listen to YouTube and stuff all the time when I'm driving. If you do the same way I do, with the Bluetooth connected to your vehicle and then that being really loud, I am so sorry. 9 for now. That's confidence. What's up, Joe? Weekend was good, man. How about yours? I wish you the best of luck on your grind. I will need it. Thank you so much. Got a Kodiak and an elk. I saw somebody killed a 5-star Kodiak on Ranger recently. Pretty cool. I do wonder, like, this is just me wondering if this is how some people do it. Not an accusation towards this person, because I don't even know who it was. But I wonder if some people just play on, like, a low difficulty, find a 5-star, then go shoot it on Ranger. Because you, unfortunately, can't do that. Just got my first great one yesterday. Nice, what'd you get? Turn, ya goob. I guess that's why he's a level 2 difficulty. He's probably gonna fall in the water too. Hello? What are you doing? It's not bath time. How'd that miss? Alright, that'll work. Can the thummy pic be your new profile picture? I mean, not the whole thing. I could maybe crop it somehow. At least for a couple days. Love the character in the face. I don't know where that idea came from. I was kind of just sitting here trying to think of what to do, and I thought that might be fun. I might make that some thumbnails for other streams too, just for fun. Going for a little dip, just getting a bath. How come the animals don't flee from you that much? Is it a skill set that helps you with that? The only thing I can think of, because I get asked that question on a fairly regular basis, and is it in this? No, in this. Soft feet, this right here. Level 1 and 2 both reduce noise generated when moving through different foliage. My guess would be people that see like my animals not fleeing and feel like their animals flee from further, maybe don't have those skills. Like, I don't know why else it would be, because I don't, as far as I know, I don't have any other, you know, special skill or something that would do that. People definitely do that, but the Kodiak is impressive because you can't tell the difference between boars and sows. Yeah, exactly. At least in that one, it's a little more special. What did that say? Did you know Flinter quit Call Out? Did you get asked that at all? I have the same thing. They don't flee even after I shoot. Some stay but go alert. Well, it's a kind of new mechanic. If they're between 200 and 250 meters, animals will just go alert. They won't flee. Animals inside of 200 meters still just take off. But it could be that. We're past 1600 now. So got, before we pick up this one, 4 to claim. Why is my recoil much worse than yours? I have kind of optimized my skills and perks specifically for grinding at the moment. So one thing you can do, if I can find it, is this right here, recoil management. Less recoil when firing any weapon and able to fire a follow-up shot sooner. I have all 3 levels of that. I have both levels of fast shouldering. I think there's one breath control in here, muscle memory. I believe increased ready speed is talking about like working the bolt or the lever, whatever type of gun you're using. All those types of things, just little tiny, like frame differences it might be. Had at least 15 people tell me you quit yesterday. I did kind of screw up. I meant to change the title to April Fool's 2023 earlier than I did. I forgot till like 3 p.m., but it's fine. I missed the old 300 rifles down. It was amazingly loud. I do kind of miss it, but at the same time, where's our moose at? Maybe he's up here. One thing that it's kind of allowed with it being quieter is to turn the in-game audio up a bit more in videos, because I used to have it so quiet. Like, what we run it at is 50% for the sound effects. I used to have it at 10 because the guns were so loud. It was blowing people's eardrums out just to be able to hear my voice, and then, you know, have some audio for the game. Even at like 10, it was too loud. What kind of rares don't you have? A lot of new stuff. The only rare raccoon dog I have is an orange. I don't have any of the new waterfowl rares, I don't think, outside of, we got a piebald, green wing teal on New England. That might be about it. I don't have many of the new ones since Reventuli. A lot of old stuff, you know, just over the years we've stumbled into. There are, like, particular variations. If I thought about it for a minute, like, we don't have an albino red fox. We have melanistic and piebald. Never had an albino. Stuff like that. But usually, like every other species, we have at least a rare of somewhere down the line. I quit at quitting Call the Wild. Quitception, you got it. I quit my Quidditch. Is that what that Harry Potter thing's called? Quidditch? Cultured. I wish I had like a little ding that I could have done right there.
Like people could see.
You could see me.
I know, but I know that wasn't for me.
It kind of was.
Someone keeps asking about that.
What?
Someone keeps asking about Prehistoric Island, but
I'm guessing maybe that's Prehistoric Hunt.
Exactly.
Your streams get me through Calculus 3 study sessions. I'll tell you, when I had Calculus in college for the 12 seconds before I dropped out, it was a struggle, so I'm glad to help. Got a gold diamond wildebeest, there you go. Do you happen to know big horns or small horns? My first ever diamond wildebeest was a big horns gold diamond, obviously, and I was like so thrilled with it. Since then, I don't think I've ever had a big horns gold. Of course, that was before trophy lodges, so it's not there. They screwed up with the 470. Hello? Why is there a bull there? We'll go and visit that. Screwed up with a 470 in this game, so now they should add a 460 Weatherby and a 500 Nitro to offset their failure. It's the only way to make up for it. So maybe we ought to run down through this. I have done it, as you can see, there's a bunch of zones, but it was all cows. As time goes on in these grinds, and this is a typical thing it's not just a Great One thing. When I was, oh boy. When I was, what are you doing? Jeez, slow down. Help. I never saw a bull come out here. Anyway, that was fun. When I was grinding for Red Fox, though, I had like 500-600 kills, and I finally checked this place that I didn't think there were any fox, and there were 20 in there. They had all just slowly respawned into that area. So there could well be bulls respawning down here, but what we'll do, we want to run this coast anyway. We'll reset back, swap maps real quick, and then maybe run that chunk. Can I do 4 grinds at once?
Sure.
Is it, if you're asking if it's possible to do, yeah. One grind won't affect another. Do you think Call of the Wild have good whitetail models? They're better than they used to be since they updated them. They're still not perfect. It's like, what they actually updated was primarily the textures. They made their tails better when Rancho came out, so that helped. And then they redid like their, from the neck up, I kind of think. I don't know if it's just the head or if they did the next two. But they're still, like, I think their faces are just a little off. And I don't even know if I can describe why. You getting him at 700 kills on Layton? I'm at like 820. I must have missed him. Birch and typical? Birch has grown on me. I actually kind of want that one now. I wanted oak. Kyla got oak.
Sorry.
Cheater.
You're just mad.
Are you mad, bro? Alright. Back we go. 700 more? Oh yeah, I don't want to do that. It won't be as bad now that I can normally get like 10 to 15 per 30 minutes.
We'll race. It'll be fun.
I'm gonna lose.
No, you're not. Have faith in yourself.
I've lost, not that we've been racing in the other ones, but you've gotten everything else before me.
Yes, but I'm only like 130 in.
That won't stop you. Danny, thank you for the super chat. What do you call a gator that eats shredded cheddar? A cheese gator. I was like, what do you... I don't know.
Awful.
I'll give that a 4.12 out of 12. Cheese gator. I don't want to go down through here yet. Only because I think they're going to be into the zones late. Some of the spots that are early, like this, is usually fine. Probably go and visit that now. Meso Strugs, it's just tough. Like, as I talked about earlier, I've really been trying to kind of train, not muscle memory, but I think most of you guys that have done like significant grinds can probably agree. There's a level of like almost zoning out in grinds. It's a repetitive process, and you get to a point where you just do the same thing over and over. And I'm so used to, whether it's whitetail, black bear, or red deer, 300 meters away, if they're standing there, I'm taking the shot, because there may be other ones that I can't see that I won't spook by taking that longer shot. There may be other ones that are, 210 meters away that if I got closer, I'd spook. Making a heart shot on a moose is such a big deal with this grind. Like, everyone you gotta track, even with a single lung shot, is probably 15 to 45 seconds. That's a lot of time when you only get 30 minutes, which it should be an hour, but they get into their zones so late, you really do only have 30 minutes. Hot take, I hate the grind zones, which it would just go out and hunt, not grind a zone. I do agree with you, I wish it worked that way. I really do. We've talked about it on stream before, like, what are potential solutions to that? I think they could maybe, like... Whoa, what the... Why did he spook like that? Maybe the wind doesn't normally go that way? I never smook moose coming out of here. I don't like to smooch my moose. They're kind of gross. English does not work for me today. Alright, let's go and find that guy.
Oh dear.
Grinding bores you? What if there's the diamond boar? What would that do to you? Was he a guaranteed? I didn't even look at the estimate. He looked like the 280s rack. Big meal. Moose smooching? That's what I should have named it. Just got a piebald moose. There you go. Not bad. Whoever said that, we just became best friends? Anyway, before that level 5 came up and gave me a small heart attack, I wonder... You'd have to somehow be able to avoid spawn mashing, because that could actually be abused as well. But if there was a method of, like, it's just a potential for it to spawn on the map at any given time, and then maybe when you end the game, it just goes away. Because I think if it was just potentially going to spawn on the map every time you launch the game, people would just launch, close, launch, close, and then just go out and find it. Big meal. What map should be better to call the wild? I think Africa 2.0 we're about due for that. Greenland, though, has been something I've been on to lately. I kind of think that would be neat. Schmooked. Max, what's going on, man? Hope you're doing well. Thank you for the super chat. On vacation, so I get to watch the stream live. Well, good time to stop in. I don't know where he's going to be, but we do have a apparently guaranteed diamond moose here. We can find him. Well, that's just a random calm one. About time, did you say?
Yeah.
What?
I'd yet to get a diamond on my grind, but...
You didn't like my weird level 4 diamond that almost screwed up? I have a question for you guys. And I shouldn't ask this until we get it, because my luck, I'll somehow screw this up. But,
You're gonna take a little 7 mil, don't you?
Oh! Thank goodness you're here.
You're
I would have done it again.
I need a pay raise.
Alright, hang on. I'll go back.
Even Soup said that.
Don't done goof? Yeah, well, I would have. Alright. So, take 2 with the right gun. And hang on. Where's my... What? What did I do? I changed something. I don't want to change it. Load anyway. Okay, I have the 7 mil there. Anyway, what I was going to ask was, what do you guys think about potentially putting this moose in the Layton Lake trophy cabin? I don't know if I want to save that lodge for trophies specific to like how we do the Let's Go trophy hunting classic, like only put trophies that we kill in those hunts in the lodge. What?
Just got a diamond too. Level 4. Twins!
Use the 270? Well, this at the moment is the only gun in the entire game that we haven't killed a diamond with, so I think we got to use that one. Would look nice? Do it? I think we might. I think that would kind of work. You're despicable for playing that April Fools. I don't know what you're talking about. I didn't do anything. So those are just ones coming into their zones. That's just a flower. I have noticed, and this is a good thing, animals that are spooked from a drink zone, when they go to like drink in that nervous state now, they'll go to a body of water. Now sometimes they return to where they came from, which it doesn't appear that these moose are doing. And then other times they'll go to just another area of water. Basically, they no longer will just go to like a random road and just be like, yep, I'll drink here. This is my spot. Hope it doesn't troll. Apparently it can, but I never read the estimate. It was up to like 338 or something. There's this track. So we'll walk this. I wouldn't be shocked at all if he's just drinking, you know, right up here maybe where this whitetail zone's at or something along those lines. Do you think they'll ever add European mounts? Classic has found a way to do some. They have Roosevelt elk. Is that the only antlered one still? I think. And then they've got like brown bear, gray wolf, mountain lion, wild boar, grizzly bear, I think too. So I'm thinking because they found a way to do it with the elk like an antler species, maybe they can find a way to do it and call the wild too. It would be nice. I'd like that. Anything good yet? We just spooked what was apparently a guaranteed diamond moose. I didn't see the minimum of the estimate, but Scarecrow Diddy said it was guaranteed, so I'm going to assume it was 270. Maybe it was 278. I vaguely kind of remember what it said. Did you lose any subs when you quit? I don't know. I didn't look. I want them in Wade the Hunter. Want what? Ain't gonna lie, I didn't know it was April 1st, so I thought you were legit until I saw the gameplay. That was kind of what I tried to do, because I also released the video 5 hours earlier than I would typically release, you know, any video. And my goal for that was twofold. Number one, to maybe be like, you know, set off a little bit of like something's up here for people that were watching. But then mostly, it was to try to get ahead of some of the other April Fool's content that was going to be out there. Because if I release at 5 o'clock, and, you know, before then, anybody that's on the East Coast, let's say, has, I don't know, 10 to 12 hours worth of seeing April Fool stuff all day, they were more likely to catch on immediately. Oh, European mounts. They should be able to do it much easier in Wade the Hunter, I would think. Estimate was 284, really? I'll be a big gun. Big lad. What's the biggest buck you got IRL? I knew someone was going to ask that today. I say that because I finally added a thing where I can just put it on screen momentarily. That's actually the exact face that's in the thumbnail, so go figure. That is a 180 and 6/8 inch gross PA whitetail. Just gotta say that your IRL hunts on YouTube are so amazing. Well, thank you. I appreciate that. I'm hoping to, continue to improve that content. I was talking to my brother yesterday. I think we might try filming in 4K this year, just to try to improve it, because I was watching, I don't know if you guys have heard of Creek Kings on YouTube. They hunt in Ohio, I think. And I was viewing it in 1080, but it was filmed in 4K and uploaded in 4K, and it just looked so much crisper than my content. I was like, man, I'm going to have to buy some other cards and stuff, because that is going to take up some space to do that, but I think it'll be worth it. So you grabbed the 7mm, but not the moose call? Think I have the moose call. Yeah. But he won't come in unless he's calmed down, so it's more or less useless for the moment. What's going on? We're tracking a diamond moose. I don't know exactly where he went. They should go to like a body of water to drink, so they may go all the way up here at the current direction they're going. We get to very old, we'll start running. Just get good? Good idea. Never did get to watch that video. It's all good. Like I said, I was as much trying to like gauge if you saw the same thing I did and just like how good it looked. If you don't know who they are, by the way, the channel I just referenced, Creek Kings, they do a similar thing in Ohio as like Seek 1 tends to do like in Georgia. It's a lot of like, locate a big buck one way or another and then like knock on doors and try to get permission to hunt it. It's a neat thing. I'm not as big a fan of just like doing that and then dumping a giant pile of corn there. I'd rather pattern them and all that, but it's legal there, so do as you will. Minimum was 284. Nice. Not that it takes a lot, because I think our level 4 diamond was 270 something, but provided that we get him, it'll be our biggest of the grind. People live in Ohio? Apparently. Alright, I don't know where we're going, but gotta figure that one out. Just got a diamond Rocky Mountain elk. Nice. Getting that one on SRP. I hadn't shot one in a long time. It's pretty cool to encounter them. They are quite huge. We turn in here? Maybe. Well, what we'll do then, assume we can get back on the trail. That's the old stuff. There was a moose track that went that way. I mean, worst case, I think I just saw some red up there, though. Worst case, we could just go back to his zone, but I never like to do that. Ohio and Wyoming don't exist. They're fake news. Run. How? So why were they there? Interesting. I guess we shouldn't have started running, but it's a weird place to stop if that's what they did. Maybe I'm wrong, but I've only seen animals that drink in that nervous state go to water before they do it. How much playtime do you have in Call the Wild? I have 6,069 hours. Nice. Spooked them again, I guess. Like I said, I thought they should go to water. Can I get that thing off my screen? That's annoying me. Hopefully, why did it come back? It almost went away. Now it became a drink zone. Alright, Gabe. You do you. I guess it's gonna stay there. 6K hours is crazy. It's a couple, When I was in my apartment, it was like so much more, per week or whatever. But it still added up over the year and a half that I've been here now. How art thou such bad? Takes a lot of skill to be this bad, man. If Wyoming doesn't exist, does that mean Yellowstone's its own state? Yes. I don't know if we just spooked deer or a moose. That sounded like a heavy thing. Another deer. Alright, we got a good spot where we can see. Are there any mises? There's a bear. I sure don't see him. Well, now we're gonna run again and spook him again, I guess, but I don't really know what else to do. They're kind of not making a lot of sense. By the way, if you watch that video where we shot the level 4 diamond moose and shot it with the 300 instead of the 7mm, this was basically the exact same thing that happened. It wasn't here, it was going up through Topeka, but just up in these kind of hilly forests, I could just never get eyes on them the whole time. This is a skill issue, it's also completely wasting time, but, you know, it is what it is. Would have laughed if that was a great one bear. I bet I haven't shot a single bear on Layton, so it's probably not that likely, but would be nice. There was someone, I think it was on Friday stream, was saying they had switched their bear grind to Layton, and I think they killed 2 great ones on Layton. I'm considering it at least, but I just have to think SRP is going to be better. Then again, I'm killing, like, on a good run, 10-12 bears. That's just not a lot. Play grounded? What is grounded? Thought you actually quit Call of the Wild? 'Twas a simple April Fool's joke. Isn't the plural of moose also moose? It's definitely meese. Don't look in the dictionary, though. See, now it's almost like they're going up here. If one of the cows would warning color something, that'd be cool. Layton certainly has less mountain lion related issues, that is true. I think SRP just has, like, way less potential bodies of water for them to be. That southeast area, that's one thing that I'm going to try to look into more, and I don't know when we'll get to do it, but there's that one really big lake, and it kind of goes up against a steep cliff. It is a spot that a good number of bears tend to drink, but, jeez, but it's kind of tough to hunt, so I guess they were standing right there. I never saw the bull, but that one tried to give us the touch. Has anyone ever used the boomstick perk? What does that one do again? Look at all these Turks. Might. Because that moose is going to be fleeing regardless. Let's see. If they just go to a place, I'd rather heart shot them, but if they get in a spot like where it's in the open and they slow down, we'll go for it regardless. And then somehow they just completely disappear. It's kind of still open woods though as we go forward, so maybe this is our spot. You can fire 2 shots at once with the double barrels. Okay. I knew there's one, it's like tracer shots somehow. That's the one I was thinking of. Got down through there somewhere. Grounded is a survival game where you're a kid that gets shrunk to the size of an ant. Oh, that one. I may give that a try. I don't know. Survival games generally intrigue me. This is a... Oh. Well, that was worth it. Right in the neck. Absolutely smoked him. Okay, well, I guess that's going to go in the Layton trophy cabin. Because we're hunting a moose that's going to anyway. Nice. Get out. I know, what are the odds? Just like, shoot that while we're going. Big male. Now we gotta find the bigger male. Sniped. I thought we missed, funny enough. Maybe he turned into it. So they did run like right up the tree line. That explains it. I just joined on the trophy screen. Good timing. We're actually tracking a diamond moose at the moment, and I saw that max weight too, and really, if we had shot any diamond turkeys on Layton before, I wouldn't have cared. But we hadn't, so I figured we'd go for it, and here we are. Should have used the 7mm. Ah, you're right. Could have had a diamond turkey with the 7mm. Do you put in for the main moose hunt? I do not. If you know stuff about it, I'd love to know more. Like, is it... I'm sure it's points-based, the way that you're describing that. Do you have an idea of, like, what the odds are, or, like, how long it usually takes people to draw? Somehow you just find them too? Wait a minute. I I won't say your name in-game in case you don't want that. You were in my server and shot a diamond duck today, huh? I think I now will know what's going on here. What do you hunt in real life? Primarily just whitetail. I do turkey hunt as well, and I'll be turkey hunting here in less than a month, so I'm pretty excited for that. On occasion, I'll, do some small game hunting in the future. I'm hoping to do some elk and pronghorn and stuff out west, but whitetail are and will always be my main focus and passion. Oh, I thought that was a moose. What is that? Just a dark bit of vegetation? This is quite the chase. Be funny if a bear jumped out. If we could just get a great one bear while we're chasing this moose, that'd be good. Get that out of the way too. Honestly, Ontario moose hunting is barely worth it anymore unless you want to go way up to the very far north and west end of the province. Meaning there's just not as many moose around. You should go for whitetail great one number 2. What I've said is, and it gets tougher the further and further we go without getting the great one moose or black bear. But let's just say, for the sake of argument, we kill this diamond moose, fast travel to our next spot, great one moose is standing there, we kill that, and then next week get back to the bear grind full time and get a great one bear soon too. If that happened, I would then do another whitetail great one grind, but I'm kind of, if anything, moving away from grinding a little bit more, so I don't want to start up another grind, especially with several ongoing. Would you take an elk even though it mean you miss a whitetail hunt? Oh, yeah. I see what you're saying. Dang it. Wait a minute. There's a huge 4 there, too. Were they together? Huh. Anyway, I would, because most elk hunting isn't done in the best, during the whitetail rut anyway. So that'd be cool with me to do that. If it were the case, because I might have just, you might be asking that in a different way. If it were like a November elk tag, like if I got it, I'd go, because that's not something you do every year. But I'd be less likely to even apply for one that I know I'm going in November. Sick of grinding? I feel that. Diamond Duo? I don't think that other 4 was big enough. He was up to 280 something, but I think it's that 240 rack. Big pack of moose? I really am curious, A, if we've been tracking the wrong one this entire time. And if so, then B, where has that one been? Because I had never seen it this entire time. We're going to stay up the hill from them. If we can kind of stay above them, there's a fair chance at least we can spot them down below where they stop. You've got a 240 rack? Thank you. Big males. No meese in sight. I can't believe they were standing there for just a second. I don't know if we could have gotten stopped realistically. They were probably already in the fleeing state, but so close. And gone. Where are we? We're up into Willowpeg now, so if we just keep on going, we'll end up in the same place we chased the diamond level 4 through. And we'll have to go back down to get back on their tracks. Last one was there, so it should be somewhere in this area. There it is. Change time and go to zone? I could, but I don't like doing that. It just feels like the game already is, focused around, grinding and removing any of the actual hunting from it. So when we get a chance to just hunt something down, even though what we're doing is just running along, it's still more interesting to me than just resetting the time. At this point, you're going to be following the moose to Yukon? Will he become a great one by then? Because I like a Yukon great one. Are 230 scoring fallow rare? It does not happen often. I don't know if rare is the right term. I mean, you'll get more diamond fallow than 230s, so I guess so. Which one do you want more? Moose great one or black bear great one? I like the moose better, but I'd like to be done with the black bear grind, if that makes sense. So I guess I want the black bear more, Because I do feel like with the moose now, it's more of a matter of time type of thing. The bear, to me, kind of feels like still if. Like, if we get it. I don't want to say the moose is when, but despite the fact that we've been chasing the same moose for like 20 minutes and aren't doing any actual grinding, it does feel to me that we've kind of got Layton figured out to the point that we should be able to get one if we keep this up. The great ones at Walmart? Well, I'll be. How is the bear grind going? It's going. I've tried to start moving some tents and stuff again because it just hasn't been efficient enough. And I don't know if what I've done is gonna make any difference, but I haven't been back to it too much. I'll do a run here and there when I'm grinding moose if I need to change of pace, but I haven't like just grinded for bears in a while. Go grind bear on Mississippi? You know what's funny? I don't know like any decent places to do that. I never see male bears there, and I'm sure there's plenty. Down in the southeast maybe it could be decent. It's been a consideration moving the bear grind. I thought New England may be what we do, but that doesn't seem feasible. Mississippi with the rivers and stuff though, it's that same thing. There's just so many places they can drink. Good thing the wind's terrible, but I feel like if they keep running down to the water, we're bound to get them in sight now. What weight is max weight moose? I think I spotted one the other day on Layton. 620 kilo is the max weight. The estimate, if you are in metric, will be 545 to 620. There's a track there I didn't see. Were those tracks there? Like, I swear they just appeared. New England's trash? Unfortunately, is not as good as I thought it was going to be. That I will agree with. Farm's looking good? Why, thank you. I tried New England. Impossible when you start shooting, they move straight away to all the different lakes. Almost impossible to grind. I know some people have grinded there and done so successfully. There's a lot of animals. Like, that can't be denied, but it's the locations they're in. I think the problem was, like, New England was kind of marketed as a grinding map, and it just really isn't great for it. For Imperial is 1021 to 1366 from East. There you go. Get them both. Pounds for life. Sometimes I want to switch to pounds and yards, especially since I have it that way in Way the Hunter now, but relearning all the max weights and stuff, it would take me way too long. How do you like Western PA? I'm a fan. I like it here. We have our little quiet slice of heaven back here at the end of our road with a creek running through and everything, so I do be liking it. How many kills do you have for bears? Oh boy. Where did I end up at? It was 5,400? Since then I've maybe killed another 250. I'd say 5,650 in that area. I love New England mountains. Validate my feelings. This is the internet? No. There's a moose, but I bet that has nothing to do with it because this is a spot that I typically grind them. Kinda going that way though. I'm hoping they're just by the water drinking. Somewhere. There is another one over there. Maybe that is them. That, or they've started spawning there again because they had stopped for a while. Gotta go. Good hunting. Appreciate you stopping in. Hopefully we'll catch you in the next one. Also got my first diamond moose last week. There you go. Nice. There's a bull there. Don't think our big bull's in there. Well, that's good to know. I have this tent for... It's actually the zone just north of us. Interesting. Now where are they going to go? They're going to go all the way back? Oh, we actually are tracking the other one too. So we had that max weight track all this way, and then we got onto a different max weight one. Either way, it should lead us to the same spot, I think. Actually, I'm not sure of that. Because what I just noticed is there are no other moose tracks around. Now, there's one here. That is... Hello? Okay. I think they're both here. Should be fine. What field/farm you used on Elk Creek? Boy, I think I have 33 and 34 at the moment. I don't actually remember why we bought them. It just seemed like a good idea. Suspense is killing me. The not killing a bunch of moose is killing me. What are you doing? How's it going? I'm watching while playing some 7 Days to Die. Well, it's going good in the sense that we have a guaranteed level 5 moose out here. It's going less good in the sense that we are struggling to get a shot at him. He spooked like immediately the second we saw him, and we haven't been able to get into position since. Okay, that's him and his level 4, so good to know they are together. Man, I used to have a tent right there. That's so annoying. Shadow Lord, thank you for becoming a Shoesty. I certainly appreciate that. If you are not in the Discord, be sure to join that. Link up your YouTube, get the member roll, take advantage of all that good stuff, and enjoy the green name and emojis here on YouTube. Alright, so they went over the hill. Or they're in the process of it. Was he stopping? No. Why would he stop? That'd be simplistic. Stop chasing me. I don't want it. The Meese will climb a tree and you'll never get him. Feels that way. Where was he at? He was right there. I wouldn't be shocked if they started trying to go backwards, but nothing they have done this entire time would lead me to believe they are going to try to, backtrack. He's just standing there, menacingly. 2480 kills into the moose grind on Medved. I saw you were starting to get more diamonds and stuff recently, though, so hopefully that's going to help you out. Okay, right there is a moose. You finally give up? Good. If the wind was only better. That's not going to make sense to fast travel there. Well, let's see. How do you keep playing Call of the Wild without getting bored? Typically what I do is just like set different goals and stuff to work towards. At the moment, it's kind of like get a diamond of everything and get at least one diamond with every weapon. And that is why we're carrying the 7mm and chasing this moose around. Trying to get the diamond with that. And that's kind of like, for me, it's a good goal to have. Because every 6 months, typically, a new map comes out. There's new weapons. There's always stuff to add to that goal. Is Meese really the plural? It's not actually the plural, but that's what we call it. 1,000 mule deer and 1 diamond? Sometimes it does seem to go that way. Why are we, like, not running 60 FPS? Come on, Call of the Wild. It's because the moose is so big. Biggest male I've ever seen. Might have something to do with the amount of tracks, actually. Just going off to nowhere. Do you have a Hall of Shame trophy lodge? I do. I've never done a tour of it, but we visit it on a fairly regular basis, just adding new stuff to it when we get them. The plural of moose is moosin'? Yes. There's a herd of great ones. I've often wondered about, with the black bear grind, for instance. Whatever it is, 50, 600 bears plus. If there's like the spot that I'm not checking, and what if there were like 2 or 3 that had spawned there over time? Is it true that when Whitetail Great One released there was a Great One duck? Yes and no. It is true that someone shot a duck with a Great One medal. There was not a Great One duck though. What that was a bug. Basically, any animal that was max score would be given the Great One medal. What I think they did was they had some kind of check for if the animal was above a max score, then it would be given the Great One medal. Because whitetail were the only ones. And they could get to, I think, like maybe 300 as a regular diamond. So if the score was above 300, it gets a Great One medal. And they applied that to everything. But I think they did greater to, what am I saying? Greater than or equal to the max score. And then you had ducks that were having the Great One medal. Reindeer and caribou did because they had such high scores. It was a mess for a while. Hopefully you get the bear before 6,000. That'd be nice. We shall see. I'm TSG shot a level 10 female caribou. I had 2 of them in the same herd. It was quite odd. And then if you shot them and tried to claim them, I think it crashed. I have 12 more gray hairs waiting for you to smooch this mooch. I'm going to just ride this out. Spend the rest of the stream chasing them. Good news is, we had been on the right track to begin with. I'm getting the impression they are just stopping in the trees. Imagine a Great One rabbit like the Robits in Classic. That'd be kind of neat. Just like a fabled jackalope. Try to take it slower, spot him in the distance this time. Which fur do you want on the Great One moose? Honestly, any. I like the oak a lot. I think the birch is pretty cool. The two-tones, whatever they call that, like piebald looking one, is pretty sweet as well. It is a little bit similar to piebald for me, but I wouldn't complain. If the tree's high, why can't it fully hide them from you? I think the idea is like there's no branches and stuff to really break up your outline. What do you think of the full turkey for April Fool's event in Classic? They've definitely had better April Fool's stuff, but I like that it's kind of an event that you can spend more time with. Because when they did the giant turkeys, for instance, at a certain point, the novelty of giant turkeys wore off and it just wasn't that fun to shoot them. For me at the moment, like what I'm trying to do is get a good one with each fur type, and that's going to be Wednesday's video is going after them. And it's been fun, like it does require you to put in more time to get those things, kind of like the Halloween event did. I think it's a good way to do it from their perspective to keep players playing the event. The only, I don't even think I'd do it for this suit. The only maybe in that like I might consider grinding again would be if I got, I shouldn't even put this out into the universe, but if I got a mismatched moose rack. Some of the mismatched whitetail are fine. I've never seen a mismatched red deer, but I assume it can happen. They're so similar anyway, it really wouldn't make a difference. The moose though, all the antlers are so different looking, so unique. I haven't seen a mismatched Great One moose that I thought looked good. What's tomorrow's video? Tomorrow's video is probably going to include a couple of stream highlights at this stage, but it's some Layton Lake trophy cabin stuff. Did you go out for trout yet? No, I was gonna go Saturday and we had like gale force winds and a ton of rain. I was maybe gonna go yesterday morning before the farming sim stream, but I wanted to make sure I was, around to do that, so I didn't go. Then I had to change my oil and everything yesterday. That took forever, by the way. That was great. And the plan is to try to go this evening. We shall see. It's like 60-something degrees out right now. It's nice. I thought you were actually quitting, but I would like a video of that game. I think I'm going to try to do some kind of video on it. It's not really the type of game you can do a playthrough of necessarily, because what happens is I didn't feel like explaining the entire way the game works in that video, but when you get to the end of a week, you get a week to hunt. There's like 4 regions. There's the Dakota, the Yukon, Piedmont, and another one. I don't know what the other one is. And you go there for a week, and then it just restarts your game, basically. I think the leaderboards stick, but that's it. So, there's less of a playthrough vibe, so I may do like a solo video on that. I was talking earlier, though. What are we doing here? We turning around? I'd hate to reset back to the zone after all this time, but I'm starting to consider it. Anyway, what I was talking about doing was basically like a 40-ish minute video of an entire playthrough of like the throwback games. I think that might be a better way to approach it. You know, cut it down to the most interesting stuff though. A mismatched Great One Moose would be an Ultra Derp, the big range antlers on one side, then the monster non-tip antlers on the other side. That's what I'm saying, and that's the one that I've seen, and some people like it. It's just, for me, like, if the antler color and mass mostly throughout matches, I'm cool with it. Like, I've seen a lot of mismatched red deer, just diamonds and big golds and stuff that look good. There's some Truax that do mismatched antlers better than others. That's a big male. Let's take a quick look at these fellas. Make sure there's nothing special. Some nice ones, but nothing huge. Alright, back to it. Figures we can find the elk, no problem, by the way. Just standing there, not hard to see. With the wind being good, I think we can have a better chance at this. Rosy antlers still suck. The small diamond rack is great. I like it a lot. The big diamond rack, it suits a Roosevelt elk better than it would a Rocky, but it's not my favorite. Most of the rest of them, like golds and stuff, I don't care for. Almost 3 diamonds of 3 different species in one stream. Be like that parquet stream where we should have had 8. Not different species though. I think it was 2. Should have been 2 axis deer, but I messed one up. 2 black buck, 2 cinnamon teal, and then no. Maybe it was only 2 of one thing because we had mule deer, red deer, cinnamon teal, black buck, axis deer. I think those were the 5. We had 7 total diamonds. Do a fallow hunt. Well, one of these days I'm sure we'll have to go after fallow because that is one of the slots in the Layton trophy cabin, but for today we'll stick with the moose and keep on tracking this diamond that's eluding us. Zach, what's going on, man? Thank you for the super chat, I appreciate that. What a funny April Fool's joke, returning to Call of the Wild. You're clearly playing Way of the Classic right now? You're right, you got me. I thought I could pull a fast one, but busted. They should rework the Roosevelt elk before giving them a great one. That would be nice. In my Christmas Eve Call of the Wild wishlist video I did, I don't know if I said about the antlers, but I did say like reworking the models before they do a elk great one would be nice. If they do rework the models, I would imagine we could expect a great one to follow. What's up, Mel? We've been tracking this stupid moose for almost an hour. So you haven't missed much, if you're curious. Should I buy Reventuli Coast? Reventuli is one of the better maps they've done in the last couple years. I would recommend it. If you're interested in like small game hunting and stuff, it's really good for that. Tons of birds, there's mountain hare there, raccoon dogs, like some cool stuff to go after. And the thing I like is, you've still got brown bear, whitetail, moose, some big game to go after. And while you're chasing them, some of those small game species, like almost at any time, you're gonna have something running or flying in front of you to take a shot at. It's fun. Back from lurk, and welcome back. We're, nothing's changed. We're still chasing this thing. What's going on, Jared? Thank you for the 35 months. Welcome back. Hope you're doing well. Good to see you. Almost 3 years. That's wild. Alright, Mies. Where is ya? I don't think I've ever tracked anything this long where I know where their zone's at. Especially in a grind, my goodness. If this isn't a just now track, probably in trouble. It's very fresh still. Zach, thanks for renewing your membership as well. I appreciate that, man. Thank you, thank you. Appreciate the support. So where'd they go from here? Because they can't cross there. Holy. I didn't even know there were blacktail up here. So I must have gone down and around. You know what? we're going to fast travel here. If we can't see them, we'll have to change the time. It just comes a point where it ain't worth it anymore. I wanted to get him that way. Wait. Why are you there? I don't think that'll be a part of that herd. Alright, we tried. We'll rest. It's past their drink time by a mile anyway. Did I miss anything? Mostly, well, we did kill a diamond turkey in the process of trying to get that diamond moose, so it worked out. But, we tracked a diamond moose for the better part of an hour? Maybe it was like 40 minutes. And it wouldn't ever, like, give us a shot, so we're gonna rest back and catch him in the string, so we know where he is. It was just, you know, somewhere between stubbornness and preferring not to just always go super efficient, rest and catch him back in his zone kind of thing. How far was your farthest kill shot? According to the stats, at least. If we go to the right thing. 434 meters. I think that was on for Hunga, but I don't know. Now we're really lagging. I think it's the tracks, I really do. Switching maps may fix that. Let's do that actually real quick.
I don't know. It's looked blurry this entire time I've been watching on my PC.
It's looked blurry.
I had it up to 1080p.
Now's a good time to tell me that. I think it's fine.
Not like blurry, but you know what I mean.
Probably because I'm running.
At first I thought it was 480p, which it was. And I was like, whatever. And I changed it, but it still looks a little pixelated everywhere.
I think it's because I'm running nonstop.
Maybe.
Please don't insta-spook him again? Well, if we wait a bit and let the wind direction change, it should be fine. I noticed the diamond counter does not always count my diamonds. I will say, I've kind of wondered, like, I feel like this has gone up slower than it should have. I kind of also think that's happening, but I don't keep close enough track to know. Which map would you like to see? I actually think Greenland would be a really cool map. I don't necessarily think it's likely, but I think it would be cool. So we're going to wait till close to 1500 to go and try to get that 5, only because I think the wind should shift to where it'll be better for us. Do you know the best place to buy the Hunter Classic? Just got a PC and I want the game. It is free on Steam. I already knew it was April Fool's joke when you said you quit Call of the Wild. There was a pretty good, like, variance of when people, like, knew that it was a joke. There were some that figured, like, immediately on reading the title it was a joke. Some, you know, as soon as they saw Big Game Hunter. Some that, you know, the further into the video and the more random stuff that I poked at from Big Game Hunter, they started to catch on. It was cool, though. I think a lot of people got it. Greenland would be amazing in Way the Hunter. So I don't know how many species you could definitely do. Like, I'm thinking muskox, caribou, probably Arctic fox and Arctic wolf, and a grouse species. From there, I just don't know what else really fits. Okay, so we changed the time, and nothing is around. That was the tracks, by the way. Like, we're smooth 60 FPS this whole time. I guess when you pick up 12,000 tracks over the course of 40 minutes, that'll happen. So he lives right here. Still want to give it some time. I just don't know where to go. Normally there's moose in these spots. Oh, you know, we're gonna... God, that screwed up everything. We were gonna run down through here. We had found some tracks. Imagine muskox and Way the Hunter? I actually don't know that muskox and Way the Hunter would be the best idea. I'm thinking specifically of the bison, like the fur on their heads, and how it's kind of pixelated looking. I don't know if the muskox hair could look as good as we'd want it. I imagine they could figure it out, but they'd have to take a different approach at least. What's up, Rack? You knew when you saw the title? Nice. the bison are amazing. They are, but I'm just saying, if you really look close at the hair on their heads, it's like, it's very pixelated. Red fox? Maybe, depending on where you're at. I think it could be. I'd like to see gray squirrel and fox squirrel with a pellet gun DLC. If you somehow came up with a way to either only have them like climb like the bases of trees and then maybe like jump back down or something, because the biggest issue is, I've talked about this all the time, but trees maybe like a third of the way up no longer have a hitbox, because the game would have to then, you know, render all this extra collision space that really doesn't matter for anything else, and that takes extra resources and stuff. So I don't know how they go about that, because in theory the squirrel should go higher than like, you know, 15 feet up a tree. Give me all the maps for Wade the Hunter. What about a Pennsylvania map where the only 5-star buck is my big male? No? Okay. Did you see W's post on their Instagram story about the Easter Bunny? I did. I wasn't sure if that was an April Fool's thing or not, but I think it must have been. Wade the Hunter needs aggressive animals. Yeah, they have at least like some level of that mechanic, because the one mission bear is programmed to go aggressive, so I think they should just take that and expand upon it. Give me classic ported for PS4 so I can have real fun. I'm not gonna lie, you're probably better off just saving some monies for like a mid-tier laptop. Did you do a video on the April Fool's thing for Classic? That's gonna be Wednesday's video. I'm assuming the event's still going. I'm pretty sure it is. What other games do you play? At the moment, it's pretty much just been like Farming Sim. That's what I'd stream on Sundays. Call of the Wild, the Hunter Classic, Wade the Hunter. And on occasion, like Kyle and I will play Prehistoric Hunt together. I'll jump on Call of the Wild, the Angler here and there. I did play Sons of the Forest a bit, but I haven't messed with that now in like a month.
You used to play Second Extinction a lot.
Yeah, but if it didn't crash me every like 12 seconds, it was really fun. How fitting that the main moose odds are 1 in 12, but apparently non-res can purchase as many chances as they want? Really? I'll have to take a look at that. I wonder what the harvest odds and stuff are. Or success odds, I think they call them. Because you bully Kelvin. Kelvin deserves it, okay? Alright, let's try going back, because we're not finding much there. I wanted to run down that southwest coast. There's a lot of moose down there, but kind of like stuck. Gotta get that 5 first. None? I think that level 5 broke our game. Or, oh, there they are. I've almost reached the point where seeing things really like drastically shift has stopped like giving me any amount of encouragement that maybe a great one has spawned. Because I always, you know, I've talked about it so many times in videos, but I've always thought back to the whitetail, and what happened was I noticed that a bunch of deer were just in zones they were never in before, and then next thing you know, we stumbled into a great one. Really hasn't happened with anything else. When you find Bullwinkle use the 7mm, I will try. Are we not still chasing the diamond? We are. I just want to make sure he's in his zone. And also what I'm trying to wait for, I think the wind, I was trying to have my cursor there, but that ain't gonna work. Well, the wind is blowing this way. I think it's gonna shift further south, but east is fine, honestly. We could probably go up and try to get him. Can you explain what zeroing does? It's actually probably best done from a location like this. So, let's say, find a spot that's 300 meters away. Let's say we wanted to shoot an animal that's obviously not there right now, but, well, okay. Let's say we want to shoot this moose. If we're zeroed for 75 meters and it's 300 meters away and we take the shot, it's going to hit really, really low. I thought it might miss, but it did actually clip it. So, actually, I got a lung somehow. Well, that's a terrible, terrible demonstration. Anyway, I'll just shoot at a fixed spot. So when zeroed for like 75 meters, when we're trying to shoot 300, the bullet's gonna hit low. Zeroing, you basically want to zero for the range approximately that you're shooting at. If you're shooting an animal 100 meters away, 0 for 75. If you're shooting at an animal that's 150 meters away, 0 for 150, and so on. What zeroing is more or less changing where your sights are to offset gravity pulling your bullet down. I need to see where that hit her. We can go back and get her, I guess. I'm curious if there's some kind of ballistic thing, because we're up high. That would kind of make a little more sense. There's no way that should have hit her in the lung, but it did. Did you get the diamond? Not yet. Thank you, my pleasure. That was not my best description of how it's supposed to work. I should have used the 22. That would have been way easier. Must have hit her in the artery in the leg. If only that was a thing. How's it going? Not too bad. We actually killed a diamond turkey a little bit earlier. We have a diamond moose to go and get. He gave us the runaround for like 12 years, and then I just finally decided like enough was enough, and we had to change the time back. So we're gonna go claim a cow moose that we made some kind of miracle shot on, and then I think we'll go back and try to get that diamond. Had to be your elevation. I'm thinking that. That's the only thing that makes sense. What's up, Miles? With like a remodel of blacktail and fallow, they could use it. Fallow deer aren't the worst. Like their antlers are decent enough, and I don't know how did somebody say that? Fallow deer look. Was slimy the word? It was a weird. It was a strange description, but I understood what they meant. It was something like that, or glossy. I don't know. Different guns also have different drop rates. That is also true, though the 300 in theory shouldn't be that incredibly flat shooting. Does clothing make any difference while in the game? Unfortunately, no. I wish it did. I've always wanted that, but it does not. Slick? You're slick. I still go watch your old videos where you shot a Cape Buffalo with the 22 300 grain arrows and 20 gauge bird shot. Those were fun times. You know, there was so much like still to discover in Call of the Wild, and I don't know if that counts as something that was worthy of discovering, but it's like the old I did it so you don't have to type of thing. It was fun though. And the Cape Buffalo one, I'd been trying to get a diamond cape for forever. Could never find one. And then it turned out there was one on my own map way down there where we chased that the one that we killed with the 22, like down through the south part. Fallow deer look greasy. All these words are appropriate. I really enjoyed this game. It's super relaxing and also a lot to learn, which is cool. It's a good balance of that kind of thing, yeah. There is a lot, like when you're getting started, there's so much, you know, experience to be gained and stuff. What? That doesn't even physics. I probably did aim a little higher than that, but that's wild. That might be why I'm missing more heart shots than I thought. Maybe I don't need to aim as high as I do. Anyway, try this again. Use the 7mm Flinter, don't do it again. Smoked. I'm gonna have to go back, record that, and try to do a decent side-by-side of where I aimed versus where it hit. Unequipped to 300? I think I'll be able to, well, you know what? I like your idea. Get out of there. There we go. If you could choose one animal in the game to get a complete remodel, what would it be? I personally say blacktail. Blacktail could use it. A lot of the early models definitely aren't, you know, up to the same standard as either early models that have since been remodeled or some of the newer stuff that comes out. Blacktail might be my choice too. I think Roosevelt need it. Boy, is there anything else that I'm really like? Rocky Mountain Elk need it too. The dimensions are just weird about them. Jackal? Yeah, I have thought they looked derpy from the moment I first saw one. I put that on the Clips channel a couple weeks back, maybe a month ago. It was our first time in Jackal. It was our first Jackal that we ever killed, I think. And I remember just being like, these things look so derpy. Caribou? I don't know if they need a remodel or a retexture, but either way, that's kind of, you know, they go hand in hand. Bloodhounds could use a rework, yeah. There was a bunch of, I was trying to find the image that I used for this thumbnail, and there were a bunch of different images of the Bloodhounds, and at some angles they look fine, at some, not so much. Okay. So, just about exactly 1 hour later, we're going to try to get to level 4 as well. We'll try to be semi-efficient with the whole grinding thing here. We'll get into 100, and then we'll see what we can do. I do know it's possible, even with the 7mm, at like broadside-ish angles to get a heart shot on a moose, so he's going attentive. Alert, that's actually going to be better. Just stand still. Heart shot on him. I think we got that lung in there. Let's see. Gonna take a minute. We did. Cool. Got the important one. That's gonna look terrible in the montage because I didn't spend but a couple frames on the 5 after the shot, but 'tis all good. Just get him down a little sooner. Big meal. When you do the stream highlights for this, make sure to time-lapse with the Benny Hill music. Maybe I will a little bit. The thing is, it's not going to be like a stream highlight video itself, unless we kill a bunch more stuff, which we only have 24 minutes now, so I don't know. It's going to be mixed in with just a regular Layton hunt, so I probably won't have the extra space in the video, but we'll see. Can you stamp this stuff down? I don't think you can. Nope. Died in a good spot, but kind of got a bunch of flowers and stuff growing through his antlers. We know he's a diamond. No questioning that. So our diamond with the 7mm bolt action has occurred. 289. That's a pretty good one. Directly in the heart at 100 meters. All that time chasing him just to get him right back in the same place that he was. Not too bad. I think this is still my favorite rack because it's very similar to the old diamond rack, like the old big diamond rack. I like it. Alright. Now we can get back to grinding with the 12 seconds that we have remaining. How did you do it, Pizza? That was some good guessing. A lot of you guys had that close. I was the coolest? I think I'm the coolest. Not really. There's been a doe and some fawns out in front of my cell cam all day today. Tracking distance, 12 kilometers. If we didn't switch to Hirschfelden and stuff, I would have loved to have known, but it just got to the point that it wasn't worth it. Where did 12 come from? 12 is 12. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to spell out that entire story, because it takes a minute to explain the whole thing. And I'm just going to put it on my Clips channel, and then anyone that wants to know the answer can go and watch that clip. But at this stage, genuinely 12 is 12. It has very little to do with where it actually came from. Ah, too high on that one. It'll be a lung. Imagine you can hunt gorillas? At some stage, they started hunting you back. You didn't claim the 4? Oh, you're right. I was trying to be efficient, okay? We'll go back and get it. Why'd you stop playing the Hunter Call of the Wild? You know, just thought Big Game Hunter was more realistic. Ooked. The first one was ooked. There's a chance someone will be drinking over here, so at least we gotta check that. Go back and get the 4. And then I think we're just gonna have time to run that southwest coast. Like, barely. I remember, it wasn't that long ago, I said, yeah, we might kill 40 or 50 moose today. And we're gonna end up with like 25 because of all that time chasing that thing. Is it important to claim all kills for the Great One to spawn? I have no idea. I try to make a point of claiming them. There's a bunch of like different like theories I've had. for one, like, I would always use the correct weapon. A lot of people, Kyla included, would grind red deer with like the 300. And I didn't do that because I was like, maybe the game cares about like the session score or something, so I wouldn't do that. And then Kyla got like a bunch of great one red deer, so obviously that wasn't it. I don't have a clue how it works, but I just, you know, I try to not do things that may potentially influence it, at least in a bad way. Actually, I guess, given the whole herd management thing, I also do things that don't influence it in a good way. I just try to shoot everything and hope for the best. Anything cool? We just killed a pretty nice diamond moose at 289, and we also killed a diamond turkey earlier, so a couple of things going in the Layton Lake trophy cabin after this. I claim like 95% of my moose, hopefully it's enough. A lot of people claim you don't have to do anything. A lot of people say claiming doesn't matter, you know, respawns work just fine. I just don't know, so I don't leave it up to chance. Actually starting to like the 338 bolt. It definitely did grow on me as I used it more and more. I just think the 300 is a little more efficient, but I can do about as well, I feel like, with the 338. It needs a buff or the moose need a nerf. I think the moose need a nerf more than anything. Just like, if you could get double long broadside consistently. And you know the other weird thing, because I tried it. Soft points, I guess, are just like basically worthless now. As far as I could tell, anything I shot with soft points, and this is multiple different weapons and not just moose, you would get lower quick kill with soft points with the same shot. So polymer tips with the 300 and 338 don't punch through the double lung. So in theory, it would actually make more sense to use the soft points because you're only hitting single lung anyway, but you get more damage. It doesn't kill them as fast. I don't know what the deal with that is. Shoulda, there we go. Thought we had to send Search Well for help. What's up, Mr. Fresh? Ultimate grinding weapon and AR style rifle modeled after the Falcor Petra or the Nemo Arms Omen in 300 Win Mag? I don't know, with these moose, man, you might still need, you know, the emphasis on hard shots. The meats are just too strong. They are. They're big, beefy boys. It do be that way. Do you think that EW will eventually add a great one of every Layton and Hirschfeld animal? Maybe outside of mallards and rabbits and stuff. I'd say that's fairly likely. Though I do think probably before they get to a great one of all of those species, they're more likely to branch out, you know, maybe do some Silver Ridge Peak stuff. Like, I think Rocky Mountain Elk could be a good one. Mule deer on, what, 3 maps? Rancho, SRP, and Parquet, the original. I think that could probably be a good one since a lot of people are going to own a map to hunt mule deer, even if it's not all 3 of them. Great one quail. I think they'd end up with a lot of upset people. How does herd management work? I honestly don't even know how to do it, but I'm not really a big fan of it, so I do my best not to explain it anyway. He was somewhere up here. We took that second shot when he was running across the open. I was hoping that we could kind of just stumble right into him. Maybe it was up here. Track not found. I don't see any tracks. There's one there. That might be it. Yep, there he is. Good. I'm curious to see exactly when they try to implement a DLC exclusive Great One. Yeah, it'll be interesting because it definitely appears as though they are sticking to the idea of going base game only. I didn't miss the stream. I'm a little late though. No worries, man. You did miss the good part, but that's alright. We didn't get the Great One. I made it sound like we did. We got a diamond moose and a diamond level 2 turkey. Is that a cow? So this zone, I think I deleted it, but this zone when it's active is one of the better spots we have. And I've got these tents set up in a weird way, but Normally, I spawn at this tent. Sometimes there's a bull back here that I can shoot. And then in the process of going to claim that, these ones behind me end up rendering in. And we can shoot them too. But there's a chance there's just going to be nothing here. That's a new zone. And a male. Okay, so we'll handle that differently. But we're going to continue here for a moment and see if they spawn in. If they don't, no big deal. If they do, what's nice is, if you just take it slow, they kind of pop in one at a time and you can just kill them all. Doesn't look like there's any here though. Alright, so before that one just ends up rendering in, let's fast travel back to here, mark the zone. I'm curious as to which map is the most owned, because that's the one getting the first DLC Great One. You'd imagine, right? They'd use that information to make it the most accessible and potentially boost the sales of that map even more. Elijah Moore actually looks fire in our Browns uni. I forgot they even traded him. Wait, what? Huh, there's usually not bulls there. I mean, good to know. We're gonna end up, like, not getting to run the entire thing that we're trying to do, so focus on one thing at a time, but good to know they're all seemingly down here right now. Chase him down? No. We're not doing that again. Next great one could be a road deer. I think a road deer great one could actually be cool. And probably pretty fun to grind. I mean, are there any class 3... Oh, the Mosin. The Mosin would 100% be the way to go. You could also just kill him with the 308, but like, if you want to use an ethical weapon, you could just go with the Mosin and get him like that. So I know I said earlier I'm trying not to take 300 meter shots, but doing that one on purpose. Any diamonds? We got a diamond moose at 289 and a diamond turkey. I don't know if I hit him again. What time does Sika drink? I think they're still 8 to 12. Or no. They might be 10 to 1300 now. I think they're the same as fallow deer. 90% sure the next great one's Euro Bison. Like, it does fit the base game theory and everything. I just feel like there's so many better options than that. Maybe it's a coincidence. I do get where you're coming from. They did the great one. Not the great one. They did the multi-mount. They did the great one, you know. They did the multi-mount, which is what they did with the black bear when they got their great one. So maybe. But I just hope it's not. I feel like there's better options. What's the level for mule deer that gives it a chance at diamond? Level 5. I think there's a really rare chance level 4s make it, but I'd look for 5s. Got any tips for me to get better at Call of the Wild?
Get good.
The biggest thing... Get good, yeah. The biggest thing I recommend to everybody is to hunt around water. You gonna put a great one moose in the quail mount? It's possible. I don't know what I'm gonna do with that yet. I haven't gotten that far. Double diamond to start the month. Some good vibes heading into turkey season. True. Getting a diamond turkey on the first stream of the month turkey season starts. I like it. It didn't work good. Was that a Kylo get good? Of course. I wouldn't just say that out of nowhere. Do you think that they would make an Africa 2? I would like to think they would. What I've said, and this is like 3 or 4 years saying this, but every time I go into multiplayer and you go through the like server selection screen, if you scroll through all the maps, usually Hirschfeld and Layton have a bunch because they're the base game maps. Everybody owns those. Of the DLC maps though, Virunga almost always has the most open servers. On occasion when like a popular map comes out, Silver Ridge Peaks did this, Quattro did it for a time, but Quattro was also, no. Was Quattro COVID times? Quattro was 19, I think.
It was 2019.
Yeah. So then, when... I got them backwards then. Silver Ridge Peaks was 2020, I think. Because Yukon was 19. Yeah. So, that definitely helped when, you know, everybody was just at home. But, you know, once in a new map, some of the hype burns off. Usually Virunga ends up being the top DLC map again. SRP was peak COVID? Silver Ridge peak COVID? What are the odds? Okay. Let's see if this young fella will just turn around. I think these are the moose that are supposed to be back there by that tent. I deleted the zone multiple times. That guy's kind of catching on. Uh-oh. Don't do it. You caused this. Okay. You're kind of winning. I didn't want that. How's it not a brain shot? Do you have a brain? There it is. Just need to use the 7mm. Okay, what? I kind of think the brain hitbox must be screwed up when they're aggressive, because that was in the brain. That was not. That was again. And then the 7mm up high got it. How weird. Big brain. They're invincible. Holy. That was a quote for the ages. It was a genuine question, right? Where did that go? I saw a question. So, what do you want for Easter this coming Sunday from the Easter Bunny? A peanut butter chocolate souffle. I don't know. She's from Ohio. No. Let's not do that. A new Twitch alert. Do you have a brain? Could do that. I miss vitals from supposedly a diamond. Will it respawn the same if I don't harvest it? If it's dead, it's gone forever. You might as well claim it. What's going on, winners? Thank you for the 25 months. Welcome back. Good to see you again. Hope you're doing well. Another small guy down there. We're hitting 1600. That is the last zone along here, at least I think. There might be one more down there. We'll look. Just here so I don't get fined. That cow moose without her brain.
Okay, but what if you died?
I think somebody spammed all the things. Oh, big male. Alright, I think he is on his way out of here. God, I think we almost... No, didn't even alert him. Felt like we almost hit him. I think he's going to be gone. What is going on? So those are Twitch sound alerts, and I don't know why, but they'll play when we're on the YouTube streaming scene for some reason. Emotional damage was the correct answer. Whew, nice. And he got out of the water. Good deal. That was the weirdest thing to join the stream on. It's fine. Nothing to see here. POV ought to have a seizure. I was trying to come up with a way to work the word seizure into emotional damage, but it doesn't fit. How can I get better genetics and have fun on Aurora Shores? It mostly just comes down to shooting a lot of stuff. I do think Aurora Shores maybe has more variance than most maps, because there isn't like those chunks of private lane that have the really, really desirable, you know, high genetic, say even herds of animals. I just think you need to cover a lot of ground and shoot everything you see. If Kane's still here, I might get better answer there, because it's not like I killed many 5 stars there. Emotional seize? Close enough. Emotional seizure, even better. Wolves get annoying on Medfin when grinding moose? Yeah, I didn't have too many issues with them like spooking my moose, but, you know, every 2 or 3 runs, I'd have a pack come and, you know, steal 2-3 minutes while I had to shoot them. Shoot small male? I mean, that is basically all it takes, right? Have you ever seen a smoke-faced turkey? I have. I've always wished they would do that as a rare in this or classic. Now, they had a gray, I think. I know what it was. So when Silveridge Peaks came out, it might still be... We'll exit the menu here quick when we change the time because I want to look at something. But I think I even have a video of shooting one because I got to go on... We'll call it an early access stream, I guess, with TK with Expansive Worlds. And I did kill a turkey in that stream. All the turkeys were this kind of funny gray color. And it turned out, I think, that was meant to be like a rare or something. And then they just aren't in the game. They're not smoke phased, but they're close. I want to see if they have that. The leucistic Easterns, they do look that way. Is the turkey still on SRP? Oh, they changed it. It used to be a different one. Alright, never mind. Back we go for 5 more minutes. Probably like 2 minutes. We'll get a 1 or 2 spots and then we're going to have to go back to the lodge. So it would make sense. We know that there's some down here that we didn't get. I just doubt they're going to be there yet. I guess we'll try up here. 5 stars away the hunter should be a lot bigger, especially predators where they look the same otherwise. Like body-wise, I do agree with you. Most things, I think their antler size is big enough. I don't think they should go further. But I am with you in terms of the... especially predators having some form of what we would refer to as true size. Smoked phase. We're going to be lucky. By the time we get here, we'll probably have just this zone and then have to go back to the trophy cabin, but good problem to have that we have trophies to take our last couple minutes of the stream from. What's up, Tammy? Oh my god. I cried when my dad chopped onions. Onions was a good dog. Good lord. Oh no. That wasn't cool. Definitely need a great one. Seagull, the gulls, random ambient birds are on every map. I think they made it stop counting. There's a thing. Where's it at? Right here. No, they removed it. It used to be here. They only have player casualties and multiplayer comms. They used to have a category there that said like down to critters, because they used to have squirrels and rabbits and stuff that couldn't be harvested, along with those birds. Can't believe they took that away. Okay, we got one kind of decent-ish bull there, I guess. Try to get him to just stand still a minute. Cool. And I guess on that note, we'll go back to the trophy cabin. Until we get the moose there, the turkey in its spot. Should be about 5 o'clock. What state is Layton Lakes in? I want to say it's... Is it technically in the States or is it Canada? I think it is, Man, they have a thing. It's not Oregon. Somewhere in the, like the codex, if you collect a particular, like point of interest or something, I think it does tell you. Someone here might know. In the state of panic, yeah. Do any of the maps have squirrels you can hunt? No. Unfortunately not. Washington, I think that might be right. That seems right to me. Based in Washington and Oregon, aka Pacific Northwest. There you go. Alright. Unexpectedly, adding 2 things to this lodge today. Got ourselves a nice 289 Muse. I like that rack. I think that's just suitable for right above the fire. We'll change the time to night too so they look better here. Imagine you smoke a squirrel with the 338. You used to be able to do that, so like you couldn't harvest them, but there were little ambient like squirrels and rabbits that would roam around as well. I killed a diamond. Oh, I kind of remember that. It's a decent diamond turkey that I barely remember, but let's do. If it didn't have that weird thing, see how like there's that line in its beak. I like the gobbling pose, but it just makes it look weird. A strutting gobbling pose would be neat. But regular strutting it is. We'll do... That's kind of nice. Cool. And then, if we go into the bedroom here, rest to basically any time after dark so the lights come on. Bro has so many diamonds he forgets when he shot them. It do be a problem, man. Much better. Look at that puffy lad. Big meal. And then, this in particular looks way better. The lighting over here could be improved during the day, but at night it looks quite good. Nice 289.6. So at least we kind of got something done there. It was getting wild. Like, we just killed that diamond level 4. I forget when it was. Early last week, I think. Middle of last week. And that was our first diamond in about 700, 750 kills. Now we have another one 100 kills later. And hopefully that can just continue. In the meantime, we can kill more diamond turkeys and stuff while we're on Layton. That would be cool as well. But I think on that note, that is pretty well going to do it for the stream. So as always, thank you guys for watching. Thanks for hanging out. Thanks for all the support. And I'll see you in tomorrow's video, coming back here to Layton, and probably, if you're here in the stream, you'll see a couple familiar friends. Bye!